Okay, boys. Good news if you are a South African cricket fan because they have beaten the Netherlands by a massive margin in the second ODI in Benoni, and because of this, South Africa's hopes of qualifying directly for the 2023 ODI World Cup are alive. It was a great and clinical performance by the Proteas as they bowled out the Netherlands for 189. Sisanda Magala, remember Chennai Super Kings' new pace bowler, he was the wrecker-in-chief with 3 wickets, combined with Tabraiz Shamsi who also took 3 wickets. And it took a brilliant and clinical batting performance from Temba Bavuma, who hit 90 to ensure that South Africa won by 8 wickets with 120 balls to spare. That is the reason why two good things have happened to South Africa. Number one, they are now in the 8th position, and the second thing is their net run rate is much better than the West Indies. So, in a way, now they have gone to 88 points. And they are level with the West Indies, who are also on 88, but their net run rate is much worse than South Africa. So now, what is the situation that awaits South Africa? They have the third and final ODI that will be played on 2nd April. If South Africa wins that, they are all but assured of a direct qualification for the 2023 ODI World Cup. But if they lose that, and Ireland somehow manages to win 3 ODIs against Bangladesh in Chelmsford in May, then Ireland can pip South Africa and get to that 8th spot. Remember, the 7 teams have already qualified. The 8th spot is the only thing that is left. So that is why it is going to be very, very important for South Africa to win their second game, the third and final ODI that will be held on April 2nd. Remember, even if South Africa win that, they have to hope that Ireland loses at least one game to Bangladesh in their 3-match ODI series that will happen in May in Chelmsford. If Ireland wins all 3, and if they win that by a big, big margin, then they can pip South Africa and get that 8th spot themselves. Because remember, a win by South Africa on April 2 takes them to 98 points. Ireland are on 68 with 3 ODIs against Bangladesh. If they win all 3, they can then get to 98. But if Ireland loses or if one match is rained out, then South Africa become the 8th team, and they will head directly into the World Cup in India. Today, one more development happened when Sri Lanka lost to New Zealand. Sri Lanka's loss has now meant that they cannot qualify directly for the 2023 ODI World Cup in India. They will now have to go and play the qualifiers that will be held in Zimbabwe in July. That is very, very sad news for Sri Lankan cricket fans, because not only this is the second time in the space of 1 year that they will have to go through a qualifier to get into the main tournament. Remember, the 2022 T20 World Cup, they had to first play the qualifiers. When they won that, only then did they go into the main Super 12s. Now they will have to reach the final of the qualifiers if they have to make the trip to India. So West Indies are also now going to go to Zimbabwe, looking at the way, provided if Netherlands thrashes South Africa in a big, big way. Only then their net run rate can come down in this point in time. So the equation is simple now. South Africa are in pole position to get to be the 8th team in the 2023 World Cup. If they win that, West Indies also go into the qualifiers in July. In Zimbabwe, they will join Sri Lanka. Ireland, on the other hand, they now will have to win all their remaining 3 games against Bangladesh in May. Only after that they will be assured of a qualification. But for the qualification to become easier, they have to hope that Netherlands beats the South Africans on April 2nd. So we are all but sure of who the top 8 teams are going to be in the ODI World Cup of 2023. 7 are assured. Maybe by April 2nd or by May 1st week, we will come to know who is the 8th team that will get direct entry into the final. Remember, it's a 10-team World Cup in 2023. The finalists of the World Cup qualifiers will be number 9 and number 10. Sri Lanka are already in that. West Indies, maybe on April 2nd, they will join them there. Ireland or South Africa, that remains to be seen. But at this moment, the Proteas are in pole position to ensure that they become the eighth team in the ODI World Cup 2023 cycle. So it's all boiling down to a very, very tense encounter for the eighth spot. Remember, one more ODI and three more ODIs between Ireland and Bangladesh. That is the end of the deadline. May 2023 is the deadline for qualification. After that, July, you will see the World Cup qualifiers in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates from Sports Today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget to download the SportsTak mobile app for all the information you need in Hindi and English. Thank you.